Hi Aquarius, welcome to your timeless general reading. Today I have the Moonchild Tarot for you. So let's see what we have for Aquarius. No, we're not taking all of those. All these cards fell out. I'll just keep them to the side in case they're relevant. So the first one to pop out is King of Cups. Are you in your feels, in your feelings? But there's something very calm about this, especially I guess all this blue and the water and the pink and the hearts. So you're in your feels, but it feels like in the good way, the warm and fuzzy way. The next was Page of Swords. Two of Swords. And Three of Swords. So that energy is not calm and peaceful. So maybe this is what you're coming out of. This kind of energy here. Maybe it's the Page of Swords here is kind of the immaturity. Like being indignant or like refusing, being very stubborn about a situation, refusing to face your feelings of hurt about it. That's what I'm getting from this. And the Two Swords seems like being like real emo about it too. And then on this side is Wheel of Fortune. And then Queen of Swords. So what just came to me about it is that this was the kind of way that you're approaching it. And it's kind of like just keeping the pain as like, in the Untethered Soul, keeping the thorn. It's like keeping the thorn out of spite is what it seems like. Like you refuse to heal this thing because you didn't want to face it at all. And then this gives me the impression that someone maybe came to you and said, hey, why don't you try this thing? And this thing was like hypnotism, or it was like a retreat, or it was a yoga or a class that you thought was pretty, let's say, like non-threatening. And you would have normally done it yourself. And you decided to just be very matter of fact about it with this Queen of Swords and just do it. And you came out the other side like, oh, okay, yeah, I can heal this. I actually can feel good. It feels good to get rid of the thorn. That's what it kind of seems like in this situation. So some pain that you held on to for a long time, you finally decided, not through your own choice. I would say you didn't decide though, right? Someone else decided. So I'm looking at the other cards. Wow. Yeah. It seems like whatever this thing was, it unlocked a lot in you. Is this the past here? And this is the future here. There's Ace of Cups. So it's universal love. Unconditional love for yourself and other people. Then the Hangman, a greater spiritual perspective on things. And then Queen of Pentacles, learning how to take care of yourself, be grounded and practical, maybe not getting so stuck in your more negative emotions. Six of Pentacles, learning balance in your relationships, equal give and take. Eight of Wands, learning to communicate more clearly Um, take an action to prove you mean what you say. I forget what god that is. I forget every time. Moonchild. So this kind of seems like integrating your divine feminine and also your shadow, doing your shadow work. And then divine wisdom, tapping into your higher self, listening to your guides, maybe taking on some practices, and then eventually the star, the healing and hope for the future. So I guess that's why all that those cards came out. But so this is what happened to you. What's the point now? What's happening now that you're finally realizing this King of Cups energy? What's happening now for you? Is it, have you been so stuck in a healing mode, in a learning mode, and you're finally being forced to leave the cocoon? Let's see what's at the bottom. The High Priestess. Yeah, going out there and kind of putting some of what you've learned into practice. It's like you've been in training mode. Now you have to apply some of that training. Yeah, look at this. Yeah. There's a Nine of Swords. This seems like protecting yourself from negative thoughts. And look at that moon's right there too. Protecting yourself from negative thoughts. Nine of Wands, being able to center yourself in times of stress to get through. And then this shadow work. So maybe this is actually the next step. And this moon child was not so much the shadow work. Like the reason why you're realizing this and you've reached this place, the King of Cups, maybe emotions are a big thing for you, something that you're not easily able to regulate or process. So now that you've reached that balanced emotional state, you can do the proper shadow work. And it looks like in here, based on the image in the card, that your shadow work is going to unlock some kind of ability inside of you. Maybe an innate ability to kind of understand the motivations of people or work situations in your favor, not in like a very selfish way, but in, I guess, being able to navigate difficult situations better. It's like the shadow is your true defense, and it comes out when you need it the most. So it kind of makes sense here, protecting you from your own negative thoughts and the negative words and thoughts of others, getting you through stressful times, being able to stay centered, having that layer of protection to you. So maybe that's what the key is. Why you had to reach this King of Cups energy in order to properly do this shadow work. And I don't believe everybody. So shadow work, inner child work, balancing yourself, certain things are key parts of the spiritual journey or spiritual healing, but it doesn't mean you have to do everything in order. And there's going to be some things that you are naturally able to do versus other people, um, especially when it comes to like emotions and thoughts. I have a harder time um, controlling my thoughts, and it's not that it's hard to regulate my emotions. It's like something I tend to be very two of swords with, use the thoughts and suppress the emotions. So let's see, I've got the psychic tarot oracle, so I'm just going to ask for advice on what Aquarius can work on for the shadow work to prepare them, anything else they need to address. Let's see. That's so temptation, the devil card, work on kind of not let's say kind of accepting and facing this part of you. There's some kind of weakness or addiction or kind of bad habit that maybe you are not. So that's kind of the thing about shadow work, because we have to face these things. So there's probably some part of you that you're not facing, some part that you don't like. And then destiny. And this is Wheel of Fortune energy. So that was out here. What energy did I get from this? So I feel like, so these are both the same card basically. So in this one, it's like you were by coincidence or by chance, you were placed in the right area to begin this journey, but someone else had to put you on this path is what I'm getting from here. So with this, you have to learn to recognize the past and not need somebody to direct you towards them is what it seems like, and not need so much control over a situation. And also, I guess the devil's control. So yeah, letting go of control and facing certain parts of yourself. Yeah, truth, triumphant success. This is Ace of Swords energy. So there is something definitely about, and then I would get, because a lot of readers associate the Ace of Swords with Archangel Michael, and I always associate him with like shielding. So maybe that's also something you need to do with transformations under here. So that's the Death card with that Three of Swords energy again. So I think fully healing from that is also going to help you in this shadow work journey. So that's what I have. Aquarius, thank you.